Please do not forget that not all that glitters is... I don't know. I don't know anymore. Wait, that makes sound? Didn't know that much. Yar! Yo-ho, and a bottle of rum. Jackass. I said yo-ho, and a bottle of rum. Not yo-ho. So yeah, there's far too many spawner guys here. And it doesn't help the level. What was that? Oh, that was you. Hello. Go away, sir. Oh, God damn it. It's always someone, isn't it? Holy shit, this thing has range. This thing has fucking range, man. That's how I like my whips, with reach. Not all that glitters is the Spanish Peninsula. If I recall correctly, yeah, there's a coin out there. That's the coin. Gotta be careful not to pick too much up. Somewhat more bigger gun for this one. Oh, they can bore! I didn't know that. To be fair, I wasn't paying it that much attention. I really do wonder what the actual tap frequency for things like that is. What, you're not gonna give me a fucking cutscene? It's so... It doesn't seem to have any consistency on when it wants to show you the little cutscenes, when it doesn't. It just does whenever it wants. Also, this is cool. It's a cheap effect. Like, oh, let's just make a T-section out of it. But it always works. It always has that nice little charm to it. Like a sweet troop. Oh. Where did you come from? Why is that there? You see, the only reason I can imagine that being there is that you were originally supposed to jump your way out. Or that they didn't expect they were going to use water or something. Wait, what? Oh, because this is shooting animation. I love how you can see all the... Why is that black anyway? Not all that Keemstars is gold. I think you can already guess what's stuck in my head today. You know, this level's not as bad as I remember being. I'm having a better time than I thought I would originally. But, you know, there's an ancient saying that goes, that's bound to change. Don't forget, your save's option is to keep moving and keep shooting. Every bullet you don't shoot is a bullet you don't kill with. Remember to pay attention to nearby projectiles at all times. Your head gets smarts and your brain gets dumb. So much to see, so much to do. So what's wrong with taking the Backstreet Boys? You jackass. I almost did this flawlessly, and then you just have to ruin it. You just be like, I'll teach him a lesson. He'll never forget. And I sat there, and I called, 9. And then my tongue went out, bleh, and everyone was like, no. And then the whole story went upside down. I forgot, this is part of this level. Well, fuck. Ugh, it's so gory here. you're here. Where are the coin up there in the weird, really weird nook? I think I know. Yeah, I know where the last one is. So yeah, this level's not that bad. I think again, it's like, how do I grade this on my scale of this is nice, this is spice. How do we grade this? Because I keep being like, you know, this isn't as bad as I remember, but that's mostly because the first time it's just so hectic. And up here, you go through here and you go down. It's like, okay, that's neat. And then you go, wowie. Also, this place is, like, slightly dark. It's, like, slightly dark in such a way, like, oh, man, I'm in a cool belly. I'm in the belly of the beast. I'm in Bell of the Beast. Do I have... I have a lot of rockets, but they're not the best weapon to use underwater, because you're kind of fucked if you hit yourself. Let's go pull out the whip then. Actually, you're a perfect target for this. Before I forget, let's make a quick save. Let's not put the mistake on my end of the bargain. Apparently there's a chance I might be playing Out of the Abyss after Chris Lestrade. All I've heard about Out of the Abyss is that it's a protracted escape sequence, and it supposedly... It claims to be an Alice in Wonderland adventure, but it really isn't all that much. I don't know. Like, when I think Alice in Wonderland, I think an amazing, spectacular adventure. Why did I pick up this weapon? I pressed 6. I thought I killed you. I thought I killed you. I thought I killed all of you. They really should put more chests out. Sweet ammo. But I will see. If only I could be an active DM, but I just can't fucking muster it. Oh, you're going down, motherfucker. You ain't gonna be snooping. Ruining my Snopes record. But yes, I find myself in an odd spot. Like, I want to run games. I'm a decent GM. People aren't dissatisfied with my services. But I just can't get any games to happen. Oh, I thought you were a bear-like guy, so I thought, hey, I was safe. I'd be safe. Sweet. I mean, I ran one module, and that was Mummy's Mask, which is apparently one of the worst adventure paths, which I see because it basically lies to you about what it is. And I'm like, no, you should never lie. You should never betray expectations. Okay, so this area sucks. We have to do a whole bunch of shit before we can open that door, and that door's basically the whole fucking level. Another problem is these guys are everywhere. And as you know, they bring back the dead. Skeleton man. And not like a doofy skeleton. Just like a happy-go-lucky guy. It's like, man, I can't believe I didn't die. Maybe I want to make maybe a druid, maybe a cleric, maybe a bard. I mean, I can't do a bard, can I? I have to do a wisdom class because if I'm going to be a skeleton in 5e, then essentially it's wisdom or bust. The skeletons take minuses on all their mental stats except wisdom, which doesn't make sense. Originally, they did it so that charisma was the wham bam kabam thing. Cool. Cool. I love when I push the wrong button. It's cool. Nothing you'll notice anything about, but I didn't push the unpause button, I pushed the button for kill it. Kill it with fire. Yeah, I think this is an interesting setup. I just wish they didn't have all the fucking ground obstacles. Level would have been 18 times better without it. You don't know why? Because all these ground obstacles make it very annoying and very wasteful to use any type of gun that isn't hit scan. Hit scan passes straight through it. And that's bad. Now you might say, oh, that just means you want to use hit scan. Well, most of your hit scan weapons kind of suck. You mostly get projectiles later in the game, which means the better, stronger guns you have are useless. And that sucks. Oh, we're polluting. I'm a high polluting kind of guy. Which is similar to being highfalutin, but more with pollution in mind. Man. I mean, I complain about not being able to, not having games to run, but it's a lot on me. A lot of it is on me. Because I have, like, shot several sessions in the foot because I just don't fucking feel it. Because I just don't fucking feel it, man. I just don't want to hang out with this group. Assholes, they do so much damage. Why are there so many of you? No! See, the thing I want to talk about right now is they don't release a lot of adventure or content for Dungeons and Dragons, right? So 5e can't really afford to make anything but a generic standard adventure that appeals to the largest audience possible. So I'd be surprised if Out of the Abyss is indeed as Alice in Wonderland as they imagine. You know what I think Alice in Wonderland is? When I think Alice in Wonderland, what I think is an environment that is hostile not because it's hostile, but hostile almost entirely because it's so fucking weird. That the hostility is born out of the fact that you don't know what's going to happen, more than the thing being a killer machine. And from what I've heard, the first half is like spent running away, which makes me wonder, why do they care? There's really no reason to chase a bunch of level 1 baby goons around the place like this. I don't know. It's supposedly a sandbox, but it has this super drawn-out chase component to it. It's like, it doesn't know what it wants to be. And people are like, oh, it's a hybrid. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a hybrid. Like, a hybrid mixes the two elements together. Like, you got these longer, drawn-out sections with big sandboxes in between. Or the big, like, the sections coming off it, that's just a regular sandbox. You know, it's like, I don't know what to think about it. Like, I'm gonna see if and when I play it, but otherwise I'm like, eh. You ain't got me sold. But I want to be a skeleton, man. I want to be a skeleton. If it's gonna be Alice in Wonderland, I should be allowed to be a skeleton. I should be allowed to be something goofy. Something stupid. I got two ideas in mind. The first idea is being a skeleton who's just happy-go-lucky, fun times, who is a druid or a cleric, and is like, yeah! I like talking! He doesn't make bone jokes because that's overdone, and I don't like the idea itself. Then, as another idea, not the skeleton. Okay, so my brain needs to take a minute, just sit right there. My other idea is I imagine a bard or a paladin, a charisma caster is the point. A charisma pureblood Huanti, which is kind of a strong race, but that's not the point. The point is they were an infiltrator, sent to infiltrate a group of people, and they kind of got shafted, like super hard. I might make him a sorcerer even. They got shafted super hard because the party they were in was a bunch of morons. They literally sat in a party, and the party like died, and they were like, "Oh, you know what? I'm done. I'm not talking to anyone until I get home. I'm not talking to anyone." And she's gonna sit there angry. She has a little snake on her arm that crawls around her. It's like, this is my buddy. This is my buddy, old pal. I've heard, and I will be surprised this is true. Anti-magic jail cells are apparently where you start out in. Which, okay. These are level 1 idiot baby boys. Why the fuck would you put them in there? They're level 1 idiots. The threat of violence will keep them from trying anything too funny if you got your security set up. And then they apparently sent like a whole group after you, and I'm like, okay, so you put them in the strongest cells possible, and you send this group after them. Why don't you just break their fucking legs? I mean, you're taking the minimal amount of effort. Like, you know what's better? To have those very strong people stand in front of the jail cells before they escape. I don't know, man. The hindsight is 20/20, but the fact that an escape sequence follows a prison sequence for, like, apparently half the adventure, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's not how that's supposed to work. That's unreasonable, and it puts a lot of strain on the players. And apparently a lot of people are like, you have to want this. Also, it's not as much Alice in Wonderland, which I go, okay, you got a prison sequence, you got an obsessive chase sequence. I don't know what the second half is, but where in there do you fit the Alice sequence that feels like it's Alice, you know? Like, Alice in Wonderland is gonzo bananas. That doesn't fit in with a prison escape from a prison that's, like, equipped to handle level 20 assholes. I'm just saying. Anyway, next up is the City of Deist. Do I remember this? Oh, God, no, this level's kind of... Ugh. This level's nice. I like it. This was a nice little endeavor, but... Whew. It's better than the sticks, because it doesn't have the fucking obstacle thing going all over the place where I just blow my face off like this.